You clicked on this video because you want to achieve something incredible. And you are on a journey of doing so. Cracking a competitive examination is not just about how many books have you read or how many hours have you studied. It's about discovering some traits within yourself that even you did not know existed. It's about consistency, it's about motivation, it's about perseverance amongst all odds. I'm Dr. Anuj Pachhel. I cracked NEET UG and NEET PG both in my first attempt, and I stood at 99th percentile in both of them. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing 5 game-changing traits that I picked up in cracking NEET UG and PG that helped me nail these examinations. And if you are ready, hit that subscribe button because I promise to never waste a single second of your life when you're watching my videos. Are you ready? Let's go. Life lesson number 1, mindset is everything and there are no excuses in life. When you look at a class of 100 people, how many people do you think are motivated to crack their exam? How many people are motivated towards their goal on day 100 as they were on day 1? How many people are ready to give up the comfort of their homes, the sleep of their morning and night? How many people are ready to give up and sacrifice everything for their target, for their desired dream rank or dream seat in their dream college? If you look at a class of 100, I promise you there are not more than 5 or 6 students who are actually truly the competition, who are actually truly the rankers that are going to come out of that class. It might be any competitive examination, NEET, UG, PG, IT, JEE, UPSC or anything. This is the reality. Half the people that appear for any competitive examination are already out, and that is because of their mindset. They already feel that they are lost without even trying, without even going through the grit of the preparation. And you, my friend, must not be one of them. You must put it inside your heart that you will succeed, and that is the first and the most important step that you shall take. When I was preparing for my NEET PG examination, 80% of the interns who were preparing with me had already given up. They were not even studying on a day-to-day basis, saying that I will probably prepare next year. And even though I was working every day with them, I never let that thought creep into my head. My goal was straight, it was simple. I wanted to crack the exam in my first go. And if I had lost my motivation and mindset at that point, I would not have gotten here. There are people that work really hard in the start of their preparation, but in between something happens, a bad rank, a bad score in your institute, and there you go, it all comes crumbling down. You start doubting yourself, you start doubting your preparation, you start overthinking, and that is how you quickly lose your mindset. Any competitive exam is not just about how many books, it's about your mindset. Are you able to withstand the pressure? Are you able to withstand the amount of hard work it requires to get to that dream seat? And my friends, literally remember, if you put your heart and soul into it, you can definitely achieve anything that you want. I wanted to keep this point at the very start of the video because I know that 50% of the people who are watching this video have already in some way given up on their examination. Please get your mind back up, and if you win over here, that is the biggest victory. Then you can win ahead in the exam. If you lose over here, there is no point going forward. Another thing related to mindset is that I see a lot of people making petty excuses about why they could not study. I could not study because there were guests at my home. I could not study because of some XYZ reason. I got a bad rank because of this. Guys, excuses are not for successful people. Accept your defeat and move on. Learn from your mistakes and never repeat them. Don't keep on making excuses that this is the reason I was not able to do a particular thing. There will be a lot of difficult phases in your life when you're studying for an exam. Your percentile might drop, your scores might be stuck, your study graph might plateau, your new information might not go through your skull, but that is no reason to leave your preparation idle. Keep your mind focused on the target and you will see that all of these bad phases will quickly turn into the good ones. And whenever life hits you down, remember this famous dialogue by Rocky Balboa. It's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And when doubts kick in, remember these words and think about why you started, and never ever lose in your mind before you actually play the game of the exam. Alright, if that's done, let's move on to the next point. Life lesson number 2, quality more than quantity. Like I told you, when you walk into your library or study room, you might see a lot of people studying there for quite a lot of time. It might motivate some of you, but for the majority of you guys, you will be demotivated by seeing somebody else study more than you for the same examination. But you must know, quality of study is more important than the quantity of it. One of the ways to improve the quality of your studies is by practicing active recall. During my NEET UG days, I did not have flashcards, but during my NEET PG days and MBBS days, I used flashcards from time to time, get the topics that were difficult inside my head. Let me tell you what a flashcard exactly is. In traditional terms, it's a piece of paper on which you've got the question in front and an answer in the back. You have to look at the question, think about the answer, and then flip the card around and see if that answer matches yours. This way you are retrieving information from your brain, which is very essential when you're practicing for NEET UG, as you have to read biology, which is a very memorization heavy subject. To make these flashcards for you, there is a wonderful application called as Quizlet. Let me tell you how you can use this app to make your scores of biology go up. So you open the app and start creating a set of flashcards from whatever chapter that you're reading. You can create the flashcards manually, which will be a source of revision for you. Or you can scan your notes using the camera. Quizlet will automatically make flashcards for you. This will save you quite a lot of time, effort and energy. Once your flashcard set is ready, just tap open and start solving the flashcards. It's as simple as swiping right or left depending on if you are able to recall the answers. And you can practice this set as many times as you like. Imagine having a library of all your notes converted to flashcards, which are essentially questions that can be asked in the NEET UG exam. Now that would be a game changer for your preparation. You can also learn by using the feature of match, which will convert your flashcards into match the following fun game. You can see how long it takes for you to recall them. You can solve flashcards whenever you feel like scrolling your phone. Instead of opening up Instagram or YouTube, just open up Quizlet and start solving. That way you will be learning and saving time when you're on your phone. I've made a special biology set for you guys that you can view on Quizlet, and using the link in the description, please go check it out. Thank you Quizlet for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. Here's a stepwise guide on how to have the most quality study of your entire life. Step 1. Wake up early. In the early morning, your mind is fresh and your body is full of energy. That's where you can focus the most amount. Wake up before the sun comes up and sit down and start studying without wasting too much time into petty things like organizing the bed or trying to make coffee in the morning. Just sit down and study and quickly open your topics and start revising. Do the same till lunch or afternoon, and then the rest of the day you can study in the low efforts. During both my NEET UG and PG prep, I used to regularly wake up at 4 AM and then I used to study till the sun came up, and at around 9 I used to go to my postings or my coaching class in my NEET UG days. For NEET PG I did this for 3 to 4 months, and for NEET UG I did it for 6 months. And just waking up a few hours earlier before your batchmates can make such a significant difference in your study and your performance. Just by doing it for 3 months in NEET PG, my grand test score jumped from 110 corrects to 140 corrects, which would mean a rank difference of around 60 to 70,000. I have a separate video on my channel on the exact NEET UG timetable I followed. You can watch it later using this card. So to sum it up in a way Bruce Lee said it, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 different types of punches or kicks. I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Quality matters more than quantity. Let's move on to life lesson number 3. Smart study and hard work are a deadly combination. Like I've previously talked in a lot of my videos, there is literally no alternative to hard work. If you want to do something, you have to put some effort to doing it. If you want to get a good rank, you have to sacrifice on everything, and only then will you get a good rank. Now that we are clear on hard work, now let me give you 2 important ways in which you can start doing smart work right this moment. Number 1 is the Pareto principle. In both NEET, UG and PG, you know that there are a lot of hotspots from where questions are asked from. In fact, for every exam, there are these certain hotspots from which maximum questions will be asked from. And if you look at the total syllabus, out of this total syllabus, those hotspots account for only 20% of it. Now this 20% is where you will focus your maximum attention. This is called as the 80-20 rule, or also the Pareto principle. Now for NEET PG, this is very relevant because I had to cut down a lot of unnecessary details, unnecessary things which we all have the FOMO of reading, and by doing that I was able to minimize the time I needed for my revisions. This is exactly something you must do as well. Find out which are the previously asked topics, read them thoroughly, make the notes out of it, and only when you are very thorough with these topics should you move on to the less important ones. Second way in which you can do smart work is by making smart notes. The notes which I made during my NEET UG and PG days were extremely concise. I remember I had a small notebook which concised all the difficult points of biology. I had one for chemistry as well. One notebook that contained all the important points of 11th and 12th biology and chemistry. My dear friend Parth Goyal had a similar notebook which he called Chem Hack and Biohack respectively. Your notes should be easily revisable and should make you feel that you've learned something new, something difficult, rather than all the basic and easy things that you already know. Even during my NEET PG days, I only made 4 notebooks, and these 4 notebooks, which I called the Fantastic 4, were the exact reason that I cracked NEET PG. By the way, soon I'll be releasing these Fantastic 4 notebooks for all of you guys. So if you're excited, comment down below. I am excited for NEET PG notes to show your support for it. Let's move on to life lesson number 4, which is one of the most essential ones if you want to keep your mind calm during the preparation. That is self-care and balance. Though I studied rigorously for both of these examinations, I always made sure that I was also active on other things apart from academics. If I'm studying for 6 days, I will definitely relax for a day and go out with my friends, enjoy with my family, so that I am mentally sane. If you keep on studying all the time, you will burn out, and that's gonna cost you more days than if you took some breaks in between. So know the right balance and don't burn out. Even during the day, you don't have to study 24 hours continuously like we discussed. Quality quality over quantity. So find time in between to do the things that actually make you feel enjoyable. Do the things that make you gain your energy rather than the things that take energy from you. For example, relaxation should not be on social media. You should not be scrolling reels on a break, because those are going to drain your mental energy more than studying something. Instead, do something productive like playing the guitar or talking to your friends, or just helping your mom out in the kitchen if you can. Similarly, during NEET PG, every Sunday my friend group had this rule that no matter what is happening, after we are done with our GTs and studies in the morning, or our rounds or patient OPDs in the morning, we'll come and meet each other in the evening so that we are all mentally stable. We used to discuss about all the problems that we are facing mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and try to find out the solutions of it. Sometimes we did used to miss the Sundays, but we tried our best not to. And that's the way it has to be. You have to be balanced in order to crack an exam. You can't sit down and study all day, all night, and neither can you party all day, all night. You are not a machine and you cannot be one. The last life lesson is one of the most important ones that you can take away from this video. Life lesson number 5, not a study plan, the myth of a fixed study plan. We all are different. Your learning speed and my learning speed are different. You might read and retain things 5 times faster than me. So there is no way that a plan that you would suggest would work for me. I can only give you the timetable that you have to wake up early in the morning and study. But for how many days you have to study, that is completely up to you. And a lot of people online are going to preach you about this is how many days you have to give for a particular revision. This is how many days you have to give for a particular subject. Please do not go for that. Give the days that you feel are comfortable for yourself while keeping in mind the timeline of the exam. You cannot study medicine for 30-40 days if an exam is going to be held next year. You have to limit your study hours, but at the same time, I'm not expecting you to follow the results, follow the timetable of any person that you see in the internet, be it me, be it somebody else making videos, and get the same results. You have to tailor make a study plan for yourself, and you have to decide what is the number of days that you will give for which subject, because only you know what is the value of that subject in your preparation. You might be good at it, you might be bad at it, and only you can decide that. In NEET UG, a lot of didis and bhaiyas online claim to tell you how to crack XYZ institute in 2 months or 3 months. To be honest, they might themselves not have cracked it, but are giving you promises of cracking it. But know that watching videos such as this one will do you no good. The only good that you can take from that is borrow their timetable, but not the amount of studies for a particular subject or topic that you have to do. That all comes down to you. And always remember, whatever plan that you make, be prepared if that plan fails also, because everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face by life. So you should have adjustments in your plan in order to make it. Those are the 5 key life lessons that I've realized over the past 7 years preparing for my UG and PG examinations. And if you like this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, because it really means a lot to me, because I promise you, I will never waste a single second of your life or misguide you. Thank you so much for watching. Jai Hind, it's Dr. Anuj Pachhel. Bye.